Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the webinar today. I'm Amy Carter. I am the Brand and Customer Marketing Manager at Kimberly-Clark Professional. We are really delighted to have launched the prestigious Kimberly-Clark Professional Golden Service Awards 2024. It was launched over 30 years ago, and the awards are open to all FM and contract cleaning companies in the UK and Ireland. Excuse me. The awards acknowledge excellence and the highest standards in the industry. For today's webinar, we're joined by Neil Spencer-Cook from the British Institute of Cleaning Science, or BICS, who are our judges, independent judges of the awards, and Suzanne Howe from the organisers, Suzanne Howe Communications. And we also have two special VIP guests, previous winners, Jim Melvin, Chief Executive Officer of the Exclusive Services Group, and Alexandra Lopez, who is Marketing Manager at Julius Rutherford. Thank you for joining us. Before we begin the webinar, I would really love to ask you a few questions about what winning a Golden Service Award has meant to you and your business. So if it's okay, I'll start with Alex. Alex. Alex, lovely, thank you. So let me ask you, and I'll come to you afterwards, Jim.
No worries.
Why do you enter the Golden Service Awards? Tell us.
So we recognize the prestige that the Golden Service Awards brings to the business, and it's about recognizing and celebrating the excellence that we bring to the industry. So we are confident in our services, but it's always good to have an external recognition, and it's very gratifying to celebrate with our teams their efforts, and it's also an opportunity to benchmark against our peers, so to see what's new in the industry and try to always adapt and grow to the future.
Fabulous, thank you. And Jim, what about you? Why do you enter the Golden Service Awards?
I would think, Amy, there's probably three main reasons for me. Firstly, I've had entries into the Golden Service Awards under 2 or 3 banners in my time in the industry. And my reason for entering was simply that it was and remains the Premier Industry Award, and is almost regarded as the industry Oscars. Therefore, and secondly, if you accept it, you always want to show the best version of yourself. And maybe based on my background in sport and competitive nature and all that sort of stuff, first is first and second is nowhere. Why would you not wish to pit yourself against your competitors with a desire and a passion to win? And thirdly, but of absolutely equal importance, in terms of our management, our cleaning and hygiene operatives, it's vital for morale, because everyone likes to know that they've done well. It's a people industry, and without our operatives, arguably we're all irrelevant. So it's vital that you recognise the team when they do well. And at Exclusive, we've been proudly been able to do that on a number of occasions.
Amazing, really amazing. Thank you both. And I'll go back to you again, Alex, and ask, what does it mean to win an award? Because I know you've won in the past. How does it feel?
It's a great honor and a validation for our hard work. It's as well the recognition of the countless hours that our teams put into ensuring that our clients are happy and their premises are well maintained. So we like to celebrate with our teams when their work is recognized. And it's also reinforced the belief in the value that we bring to our clients, and continually raise the bar and the services that we deliver.
Fabulous. Thanks, Alex. And Jim, obviously you've mentioned you are very competitive and you like to win. But what does it mean to win an award?
Well, it means everything. It's the reason for entering, surely. I mean, nobody enters to be second, that's for sure. And I don't buy the everyone's a winner piece. I used to hear a phrase every day years ago, which was, show me a good loser and I'll show you a loser. And it was true. So win, just win. But from a client and a team perspective, it's vital on a number of levels. Generally speaking, when we've been fortunate enough to win, and where a client has absolutely supported the entry, it's because you've got a collaborative, almost symbiotic relationship with a client who sees the need for good, well-trained, enthused cleaning and hygiene operatives as part of their brand approach as well. And isn't that what we all hope for? And secondly, it's one of my main beliefs is that for our people, whether it's operatives, operational management, or support staff behind the scenes who should never been forgotten, it is, as Alex said earlier, an external verification of what we're doing and possibly exceeding clients' expectations, with the result that their trust and faith in all of us, both collective and individual, is greatly enhanced and valued. So for a privately owned SME such as ourselves, that's material, arguably primary.
Lovely. And actually the image we've got on the screen now is our 2022 Cleaning Operative of the Year who had a standing ovation. And I was really quite emotional when she won that. And that's the best part of the evening. Really recognizing the people that are actually, on the ground doing the work and getting things done. And they really deserve that recognition. So yeah, agree. Final question, and Alex, I'm going to come to you first. How do you make the most of winning an award?
So it's a significant milestone for us, so we try to celebrate it to the maximum. So first we celebrate with the teams. We make them feel recognized and appreciated for their efforts. We also share the good news with our clients since it reinforces their choice in trusting us with their cleaning and shows our commitment to continue to deliver excellent standards. We then use the news in our marketing efforts. So through our website, social media platforms, we include the achievements in our tender documents and proposals as well. So we are as well a relatively small cleaning company, and we focus just in London. So we try to have these standout points in our proposals. It's also good for recruitment. So when people are in the fence of which cleaning company to choose, they often go with the one that has more public recognition. So while the award would be a recognition of our current standards, it's also as a benchmark. We use it for future growth. So we seek the feedback, we learn from peers in the industry, and we try to continue to innovate, because innovation is something that we value a lot in our company. So by being recognized with the awards, we actually can see that we are doing great efforts and in that field.
Great, thanks, Alex. And Jim, over to you. How do you make the most of winning an award?
Well, Amy, we celebrate, and by God, do we celebrate?
Yeah.
You take enough punches on the nose in this industry. We all know that. So when you get a chance to celebrate, you must take it. On a people level, we celebrate on the days you would expect, but we also absolutely make sure that the winning site team are included. Generally, that will take the form of a team breakfast or maybe a lunch in or close to the site. And each member of the team is given what we have, which is called a STAR Award. Now, STAR stands for Staff Training Achievement Recognition. And that means that each member will get a certificate of recognition and some spending vouchers in areas that they can genuinely use and find of benefit. And it's interesting sometimes to see that in many ways, the fact that our team goes to site to say thank you is often feels kind of to people more important than actually the STAR Award. And without trying to sound twee, because I'm not, it's genuinely quite humbling. And we do so with our clients who are part of it, and they enjoy it as well because it's a dual celebration. We also, again, as Alex said, we include it in all our submissions and tenders, and we bang on about it religiously. It's part of our conference approach, and it's within all our marketing information and documentation. So yeah, you must, as I said earlier, you take enough kicks at times, so you must celebrate. And you're celebrating people achieving, and it is people achieving, and that's what's important.
I love that. I really love that. It is. My first awards I went to last year, and last year 2022, and it was really humbling, and it was, I just loved it. So thank you both so much for your feedback. That was really, really interesting and inspiring, and good luck with your entries this year.
Thank you.
I think I'm now passing over to Suzanne. We hope you find the webinar useful. Feel free to put any questions in the chat, and we'll have time for questions at the end as well. So I'm handing over to you, Suzanne.
That's great. If you could just, I think we need to go to the next slide.
Yep.
That's just to show who everybody is. That's fine. And then maybe the next one. Great, thank you. So the entry process itself, the Golden Service Awards are open to contract cleaning companies and FM companies in the UK and Ireland, and that does include in-house cleaning teams too. The submission is 1,000 words. It doesn't have to be any more than a Word document, doesn't have to be cleverly designed, and no graphics are required. That takes me back to some of the first awards that we used to do, and we used to get literally massive folders and CDs and images and goodness knows what, but literally it is a 1,000-word document that we require. If you are going to enter your cleaning operative or supervisor, then we do ask for 500 words on each of them, and they do have to be related to a site, but I can explain that when we go through the categories in a minute. The online entry form is much better than it's ever been before, thanks to Matt at Bix, who have added it to their website, which you go through the GSA website to get to. So it's very easy to enter the online form, and you can save it as you go in each category. So it really is very straightforward, but you do need to upload your images for the site and for the people that you're entering. Also, all your certificates need to be uploaded onto that entry form, and the entry, as I've said, can be saved as you go along. And just another point, some people have had a little bit of confusion on the website. When it goes into how to enter on the GSA website, just scroll down and you'll see all the categories, and then a little button where you can actually enter for each category. So it is quite straightforward. Thank you, Amy. So the key dates, these things always come around so quickly. When you think that we started, we opened the awards for entry in July, and we're nearly at the end of October for all the entries to come in. But I will give you all a bit of a sigh of relief in the fact that we will extend that by 1 or 2 weeks, and we will make that announcement on an emailer towards the end of October. So the first round of judging by Bix, Neil and his team will start on and around the 20th of November, and we will announce the finalists on the 4th of December, and that will be through an email to you, also a general email to the database, and also a press release, which goes to all the cleaning media, but we have our media partners as well, which is Tomorrow's Cleaning, Cleaning Matters, and FMJ. And then Neil and his team will visit those entries that require it, the sites, between December and January 2024. And then the award ceremony is actually in May, on the 23rd of May. And I'll talk about the venue in a moment. So why should you enter? Well, I think Alex and Jim have done that for us, really. But just to reiterate, obviously you can showcase your best work, and I know that winners do use them in their submissions, which is brilliant. And I know that there are some companies that are consultants in the industry that say, you know, it is really good to have a Golden Service Award or two. It's definitely recognition for the cleaning teams. Very important for them to be recognised, for sure. And I do think it probably recognises or strengthens your relationships with clients and stakeholders. And of course, you're helping to drive standards in the industry. So we always say that the standards do get higher and higher. So it's really great that if you're winning an award at that sort of high standard. And of course, you want to stand out from the crowd and make sure that you stand out above your competition. Thanks, Amy. So the categories are slightly different this year. And I'm just going to run through them to make it very clear to everybody, you know, what you can enter. And also our very great, our kind sponsors who are making, along with Kimberly-Clark Professional, this all possible. So we have one healthcare award this year. We have had 2 in the past, but we have put everything together here. So it could be a large hospital, it could be a small clinic, and they all come under that healthcare banner. And that's sponsored by Karcher. And this is categorized as a site category. so you can enter a cleaning operative or a supervisor as well. Then we have education. This is sponsored by Soap2O. And again, this is just one award. So we've got large universities, but we've got small primary schools and everything in between. It's absolutely fine because you're going to be judged on the cleanliness of the site and the processes, which Neil will go through a little bit later. Then we have 3 office categories. And the reason for that is these are very popular. And they're always loads of entries, which is great. So we have office areas below 10,000 square meters. We have office areas between 10 and 30,000 square meters. And we have office areas over 30,000 square meters. And that's kindly sponsored by Facility Management Journal. Then we have 2 retail and shopping malls. Again, these are very, very popular categories. So one is over 100,000 square meters and one is under 100,000 square meters and one is over, and that one is sponsored by Tomorrow's Cleaning. Then we have leisure, and Neil and I get quite a few emails from potential entrants saying, does this fall under leisure? A lot does fall under leisure, and it's fine. So don't be afraid to just ask the question if you're a little bit concerned of whether it does fit into leisure or indeed into hospitality. So yes, there's plenty of things that can go under either of those 2 categories. And then of course there's manufacturing, and that speaks for itself really, processing factories, that sort of thing. Then we have, so those 1 to 10 are the awards where you can enter a cleaning operative or a supervisor at the same time. And they're the ones where you would then need to add 500 words on each of them. So then we move into our other categories. So we have sustainable leadership, which we've had for a number of years now, which is a very popular award, which is sponsored by Bunzl. And then if we go over the page, we've got a new category, which is social impact, sponsored by Biovate Hygienics. And then we've got another new category, which is cleaning team of the year, which has proven to be quite a popular category, I have to say. But I think this is a really good one. And again, coming back to what Alex and Jim particularly said about rewarding, the people that are working with you and just making the most of these cleaning teams and making sure that they are recognised. We've also got inclusion and diversity and training course, which is sponsored by BICS, and small business, which is any business under £3 million. I've explained to you how Supervisor of the Year and Cleaning Operative of the Year are how they work, and they're both sponsored by EcoBreeze and Nationwide. So there's plenty of time for questions if you want to ask. So thank you, Amy. Sorry. So now I'm going to hand over to Neil, who's just going to run through the judging for you.
Okay, so good morning, everybody. We're always honoured to be asked to judge the Golden Service Award and it's great to see the companies entering and the standards that are created by you all. In terms of the judging process, I think Suzanne's already touched on that it goes in 2 stages. The first stage is a paper judging exercise. So we read your applications, we go through all the information that you've submitted. And I think from our perspective, please ensure you answer every question as fully as you can, particularly your 1,000 words. Please include in that what makes your contract special or unique. You all do something different, and you all need to make sure you highlight that in your application. Make sure everything that you put on there can be backed up, because if you become a finalist, you will have to prove what you've put in there. And basically just give us as much information to put you through as a finalist. We want you all, as Jim said earlier, there's only one winner, but we want to get as many as you through as we can. In terms of, should you become a finalist and we visit you, categories 1 to 10 will include a physical visit where we will actually come and visit each of your sites. Also, the training award includes a physical visit. In terms of the other awards, they are all they'll all be done by Teams interview. There'll be a set time for those interviews, and they will be questions and answer sessions. And again, you'll be asked to back up some of the statements that you make in your entry. And the thing that I'd like to say to you most, if we are visiting you, make sure your paperwork is in place and up to date. And if you're entering a cleaning operative and supervisor, they can't be put forward to win if we don't get to meet them. So please make sure they are there for us to meet and talk to. And like with any process, just ensure you read the instructions, ensure you give us as much information, and we'd like to wish you all good luck.
Thanks, Neil.
Thanks, Neil. And so how much does it cost? So entries are £130 plus VAT, and event tickets are £250 each plus VAT. We tend to have tables of 10 in size. I don't mean you have to buy tables of 10. And we can do smaller tables of 8, and we can do larger tables of 12, actually. They would be on the outside. There are no pillars in our lovely venue, which I'm going to announce in a second. So everybody will be able to see without any trouble whatsoever. And if you wanted to buy 1 or 2 tickets rather than a table, that's absolutely fine as well. You can buy individual tickets, but we would then have to place you with other people that had bought individual tickets. So award entries are £130 and event tickets are £250. Thanks, Amy. So the details of the event, we're going back to the London Hilton in Park Lane, which Amy and I particularly are really thrilled about because it's a fantastic venue. It's large, everybody can see the stage, and the food and drink is really, really good as well. So as per usual, we will be meeting there for a drinks reception at 12:15, and then lunch will follow at 1. And then the awards ceremony starts at 3 and actually does usually finish at 4, or very near to 4 p.m. And it won't be long before we announce our presenter, which has now been decided by our friends at Kimberly-Clark Professional. So put the date in your diary for Thursday, the 23rd of May next year at the London Hilton Park Lane. And that really just brings us to the end. I just wanted to thank our sponsors again for helping us to put this all together in terms of the costs. And if you've got any questions, then you're very welcome to ask us now, or you can email myself or my colleague Sheila at any time and ask us anything. We don't mind, it's fine. And hopefully we can answer your questions. Thank you.
I don't think there's a question slide at the end, so I'll leave it on this one. Thank you everyone for your time. Thank you, Alex and Jim, for your amazing feedback on the event and what it means. And thank you to Neil as our independent judges. And we've worked with you for many years now. And actually having the new website is really handy because the entries go directly to you. So it's completely independent, which is really great. And obviously, Suzanne, thank you because you put a lot of effort into organising the awards. And it is a fabulous event. We're really excited to be back at the Hilton. So I guess if anyone's got any questions, did you want to put them in the chat or raise your hand, or I can unmute you? Obviously, we've been very thorough, so there might not be any questions at all.
And it's fine to ask afterwards as well.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll make this presentation available to everybody, and we will be putting the recording on our YouTube channel, which you can access after the event. But as Suzanne said, you know, if you have any questions at all, please reach out. I know I work in the marketing team. I know how difficult it is to enter some of these awards, and you might have the odd question that you need support with. And Suzanne is absolutely there, and her team to help with that.
Definitely.
No, can't see any questions. But as you said, Suzanne, feel free to reach out afterwards.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we'll answer anything that you need support with. Okay, well, I think we're good. Thank you everyone for your time today, and good luck with your entries. And we'll look forward to seeing you in May.
Yeah.
Although Neil will probably see you before. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks very much, Amy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Alex.
Bye.
Bye.
Pleasure.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye.